Hi, I'm Bibi, former rower, now coach, trainer, and physical therapist, and this is a video about core exercises for rowing. I call it Core 2.0. It's mainly targeted towards more competitive rowers and as a core exercise, but also injury prevention that will really get you moving in all planes of motion of the body. I'm not saying it's not for masters. By all means go ahead and try, but I know that some of the movements will have challenges in its range of motion I'm using. So don't get frustrated if some of them are challenging for you. Try them at your own level. If you would like me to make any other videos after this, maybe more core basics for rowing, please leave comments. Here we go. Alright, we start with a little short warm-up for both hips and core and pelvis. So we start in this position, what I call a figure 4 position. So you're really sitting with your weight on one side, that knee's flat on the ground, this shin is straight up and down, and I'm hugging it in while I'm straightening up my back and sitting up tall as I can. And I'm switching from side to side. If you lose your balance when switching, it's okay if you place one hand on the fingertips behind your back to support you. If you feel comfortable, you switch without hands. So it's really about both switching and the position where you have to pull your knees away from each other to generate the space to be able to stretch up and sit full. Alright, we've done this. A few repetitions each side. And we're here, and you're going to scoot this front foot out, about 2 foot lengths I would say. And from here, you're going to move yourself up in this position. You might feel a stretch in the groin, that's fine. Place your hands, elbow here on the inside. I'm going to scoot back, sit down, change, scoot out, and move up here. Stretch the back up. When you get a little bit more fluent in it, try to do it without hands. Switch. Push that knee out, straighten the back up. There. If you really feel that this top knee is caving in, help a little bit by pressing it out. Your aim is to get that shin again, straight up and down. You might have any knee problems, knee injuries that prevent you really from sitting here on this knee. It's okay to move a little bit up. If you can't sit here, otherwise you move up as far as you need to. You'll still get the benefits from the stretch even if you have to be here. Okay, from here we're going to move up into a squat position. So from here I'm going to place my fingertips, moving into the squat, straightening out my back, and moving back down. Here, maybe slightly up with your bum, placing your fingertips, putting the other foot out, straightening out, and down. So we're working the squat from the bottom up instead of from upside down. And switch. Now you should feel a little bit in your thighs and in your hips. Alright, now we move into our caterpillars to really warm up the core and the rotation. Line your back, legs, arms and head off the ground and translate sideways one way and move back. From the side, it looks like this. So you're rocking front back while you're rotating side to side. Don't get frustrated if it doesn't feel or look as subtle and smooth in the start. It never does for anyone. It takes a little practice. Alright? Then we're going to go into all fours, and here you're going to curl your toes under and lift your knees 1 centimeter off the ground. So now we're in beast. In beast, you're now going to lift up, right foot, left hand, slowly, keep balance, put down. Right hand, left foot, and down. Switch, down, down. So, it'll really get your core firing, and actually, the static hold is really harder than it looks. Maybe try to extend the hold, press away from the mat without lifting your knees higher up, but you really press that shoulder and that hand away. Alright, when you have good control, we're going to go into a beast crawl. So if you have a little space, you don't need a mat for the crawl though. It's nice if you have it, but you don't need it. Alright, all fours, lift the knees up and beast, and you're going to crawl diagonal path. So right foot, left hand, and opposite. Go slow, control at first. You could go in circles, or you try to go backwards as well. Alright. Little break, it's harder than it looks. Alright, if you've done that once, you can try to increase your tempo. So, means small steps, higher frequency. So your stroke rate as you speak. Right, up and up and up. And up. Alright, then we're going to go do a three-leg dog, what we call, with a switch over. What you do, hands and feet, push your ass up, almost a triangle, lift up one foot as high as you can, and here you're going to bend that knee, and then you're going to slowly lower that one over sideways and land. Try not to land all the way on the floor, but just the foot. And then you're going to pull that other foot under that you left behind. That one's going to go up, bend the knee, over, side. Go very slow at the start. Make sure you have control. From the top, it looks like this. Slow. Slow, up, bend the knee, over. This is working both mobility, your hips and your back, and when you land you have to control your core and rotate, pull under. Alright, next one up is a three-point bridge. Seated position, feet and hands on the floor. You lift one hand up. Here, from here you're going to press up your hips up, 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 away towards the ceiling, and stretch out with your one hand overhead. All the way down, switch hands. Here, press those hips up and out and stretch out overhead. Good. Switch. Switch and stretch. Really try to keep the whole foot flat on the floor for both feet. Okay, that's a three-point bridge. Now we're going to combine these last three exercises, the beast, three-leg dog, and the switch over, and the three-point bridge. So, you start in beast. Knees off the mat. From there, press your ass up. Right leg goes up, over, soft landing. Pull this one under, and you're back in beast. Press your ass up, over, land, pull under, nose back towards the floor, and you're back in beast. If you do it right, or say right, if you do it controlled, if you go one way and then back, you should end up just about where you started. So if I use this towel a little bit as my reference, beast, up, over, land, trying to rotate my nose back towards the floor. Press up, move over, there, land, and almost back where I started. Alright, try those 5 times each side. Now we're going to the next combo where we add the 3-point bridge to this one. Alright, so starting beast, lift your knees up, press your bum up towards the ceiling, lift the right leg, bend the knee, land. Now from here, we're going to stay here while we press up the hips towards the ceiling. Slower down. Don't let the hips land on the mat, but pull under towards the beast. Press your bum up, left leg. Press up, bend the knee, move over. Land. Press the hips out. You could do this with a straight leg, or you could do this really with your shoulders and hips facing the ceiling. Try both. Here, pull under to rotate your face back towards the mat. Okay? One more time, slightly different angle. From beast, downward facing dog for those who do yoga. 3-leg dog. Move over, land. Press up, 3-point bridge. Lower down, pull under towards beast. Press up, 3-leg dog. Move over, land. Press up towards ceiling, 3-point bridge. Down and pull underneath, back towards beast. Alright, if you do this one also 5 reps each side, you should be starting to feel the burn. Now, next one, let's show the breakdancer. Alright, you're going to start in a frog position like this. Hands on the mat, and from here you just need to create a little bit of space. So you're just going to lift up a little bit so that you have your weight roughly 50-50 between the feet and the hands. You're going to lift up one foot, and that foot you're going to thread through here in this hole between the hands and the foot on the other side. Stretch out. I'm not going to sit down here. I'm really supported here by this hand, and then move back up to where you started. If you want, you can take a little breather here. Weight towards the hands, lift the other foot up, and thread it through on the side, stretch out. Go slow to start, show it from the front. Here, press up, lift the right foot, thread it through between the left hand and left foot, stretch out. Maybe even lift the left hand up, and go back, left hand down. Other side, left foot lifts up, between right hand, right foot, stretch out. Lift that right hand up as well. So you only support it on one hand and one foot on the diagonal, and you move back. Okay, let's start moving a little bit from side to side. So when you start, you go super slow. Make sure you have control, you know what you're doing. And if you start to have a feeling like, I got this, you can start increasing a little bit tempo from side to side. So that means that at some point you're actually realizing when going back, you can almost hop straight into the next one. Once you get that, then it really becomes more of a dynamic exercise. But you can only go as fast as your control will allow you. If at some point you really notice that you lost control and you landed here, it happens, but you know where the edge of your limits is. That's fine. You slow it down a little bit and you go back. Alright? If this one didn't get you sweating already, we have one last one to top it off. It's another combo where we combine the beast crawl with this breakdancing. So, you have a little bit of space, it would be nice, but otherwise you can go just forward and back on a more limited amount of space. So you start in beast, all fours and lift your knees. You crawl maybe as many steps as you would like. If you have a whole boathouse to crawl, maybe you crawl a little bit more than I do. So I will take 4 steps here now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here I transition into the breakdance. So 1 on each side. Go back into beast and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And I crawl back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I hope this video is challenging, gets you a little sweating, and at least gets this whole system here a little burn and challenging. I hope you like it. Like I said before, some of the movements do require some range of motion. Start slow, ensure you have the control, and only then you start increasing your speed as you go. Don't be afraid that you fall or tumble at some point. Then you know where your limits are. You decrease the speed a little bit, you start working there and see if you can increase it again, maybe to another higher level. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like to know more, maybe your core basics or something else you struggle with in your rowing, please let me know in the comments. And